think I sent an email right when you sent an email, so that was probably adding to confusion. Good morning. I'm Judge
Good
Person.
morning.
I welcome everybody to court this morning, and I just want to make some announcements before we get started. And I think I need to turn my volume up. Okay. So I do welcome everybody to municipal court, and we have the convenience of being online. Always remember that if you wish to meet in person, we can definitely work that into the process. In fact, on the pretrial docket today, which is predominantly the docket today, cases that are contested may need to move into the courtroom as we start preparing for trial. But I do want to make some announcements before we get started. And I also want to just kind of check in on who's here. Let's see. I had a person named Zoom user. Oh, yes, ma'am. Do you mind letting me know your name? I just sent you thank you.
Keisha Mays.
Thank you so much, Ms. Mays. And I'm just going to change your name for the purpose of the meeting. And it'll change back whenever you hang up today. So don't worry about it. And then there's a person named Devron. If you could unmute and let me know how you're doing and your name, please.
Hello, I'm doing good.
Are you Devron Walker?
Yes.
Okay, great. I just wanted to confirm that it was you. Do you have video access today?
Yes, 1 second.
Okay. And is there anyone here from the Tkach firm? Okay, I'll visit with the prosecutor about that before we leave today. So just a few quick announcements before we get started. I want to let you know that when you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods that we have under the law for accusing someone. That's what a ticket is. And when you give a plea, you're giving an answer or a response. You're giving an answer or a response to that accusation. And there are three options for pleading. If you plead guilty, you're admitting the offense. If you plead not guilty, you're asking the state to prove the case, which means you're contesting the charge. If you plead no contest, you're allowing the court to move forward with sentencing without admitting or denying the offense. So guilty or no contest, we're moving into sentencing. Not guilty, we're moving that case toward trial. If you are here today and you've pleaded guilty or no contest, I'll be talking with you about options here in just a moment. If you're pleading not guilty, you'll meet with the prosecutor, and sometimes the case is resolved at that level and sometimes it's not. If it's not, we're going to move the next setting into the courtroom because we need to start preparing for the trial process. I do want to talk about what happens when you plead guilty and no contest. Normally you're found guilty and it goes on your record and you pay the fines and costs. I do look at fines and costs in connection with sentencing. I also look at them in connection with if I set a bond for trial. And I'm looking at income and I'm looking what's realistic in terms of sentencing and bonds as well. So it's helpful to have that information. You would have been asked to supply that information, and I just wanted to give a brief explanation as to why I did that or directed the clerks to do that with you. And then in terms of being found guilty, there are 4 ways to gain a dismissal in a Class C court, even where you've pleaded guilty or no contest. They are compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and team court. Compliance dismissals are cases that the law says if you bring it up to date and meet certain terms and conditions, you can have the case dismissed. And what those laws say is the judge shall dismiss. So I will look for those dismissals with you automatically, even if you don't ask, but you are welcome to ask. It's all right to advocate for yourself. If you represent yourself, you're you're in that position. But I will look. I'm not seeing just a lot of that today, but I'll dig a little deeper when it's each person's turn. And so those are things like, if your license is expired and you are ticketed for that and you stay on time and you come in on time and you have, renewed, then you get a dismissal with a fee I think that one's $20. So most of us would rather pay $20 and have it dismissed. So I also assume that people would want that, but the law does direct me to look. The second one is a driver safety course option. Those are for moving violations. Again, that law says you should be granted that. I'll look to see if you're qualified and talk to you about it if it appears that you are on a plea of guilty or no contest. You do have to do the course and get the driving record and pay the court costs. So I do want to talk just a minute about fines and tickets. Tickets have fines, and most of us call them a fine. There's actually a fine and a court cost. And the reason that matters for our discussion is that the court costs are set by the Texas legislature. The fines are set by the judge. That would be me. The court costs in the driver safety course option, those have to get paid. So if you're electing to do that, if you're qualified and you're electing to do that, we have to get those paid in full on a date specific. Normally, I'm looking to do that today, but I can work with you a little bit on that. You have to stay on time for the driver safety course option to stay viable for you, but you pay the court costs, the fine goes on hold, you turn in your record and your driving course, the correct record and driving course on time, and you get your ticket dismissed. So you actually will save money, even though you pay for that record and that course and that court cost. It's still less expensive than the whole citation. And when I sign the dismissal, because you've done everything the right way, I waive the fine. So I will talk to you about that if it looks like you might be qualified. If you don't want to do it, no one's going to make you. If you want to do it, I just want you to know when you have the option. Okay. And I will do that if you've pleaded guilty or no contest. I'm authorized to do that. If you plead guilty or no contest and request the third option, which is a deferred disposition, in a Class C court, you can ask the judge directly, or you can ask the prosecutor, and the prosecutor and you can come to an agreement and bring that agreement to me, and I will normally agree and ratify that agreement. The way that you request a deferred is a delay. So deferred means deferred disposition. Deferred is delay, disposition like dispose of, to make final. I delay making your case final. I put a court order in place. It lists the things you must do to gain a dismissal. If you do them, you get a dismissal. It's in writing. So the way that you ask for that is guilty or no contest. I'd like a deferred. In a Class C court, you can do that directly with the judge, or you can talk to the prosecutor about it. And sometimes the prosecutor is agreeable. Sometimes the prosecutor is not. I do not dictate what the prosecutor does. The prosecutor is an independent actor and works very much like a district attorney would in, felony courts. So the prosecutor here is Ryan Matson. Mr. Matson, can you just unmute for a minute and introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ryan Matson. I'm the prosecutor for Temple.
Thank you. And then the fourth option is if you qualify for teen court. I don't see any teens, but I'll keep an eye out for you. It looks a little like a deferred in that there are things to do to gain a dismissal, but the burden is on the young person instead of the parents to pay. It's the burden shifts to the young person in our program. So I will talk to you about that if you look to be a teen, but I don't think I have. There's a few people, maybe I'll double check. Okay, so that's really the 101. And let me just go ahead and the Tkach law firm, if I could get y'all to go ahead and meet on the Christopher Ortega case.
Hello, that's me. I'm here.
Yes, and I'll send y'all over to that meeting and bring y'all back when you're finished.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Matson sending you over to that meeting. And I just wanted to talk for a moment first with Mark Bascos. Hi, Mr. Bascos. How are you today?
Hello. Hello, Your Honor. Good morning. I'm good.
Good. Can you turn your volume up perhaps?
Sure.
Or maybe you just need to be closer. I'm not sure.
Can you hear me clearly? Yeah.
Yes, I can. I can. So I was just looking over everything and I got a note that you wanted to talk to me possibly about your deferred, which I did grant. So where are we? Are there issues?
Um, what we received, Your Honor, in the mail is the fine and court cost here. The bond in the amount is 181. However, on the second page, it was written in pen that it's
Let me get a
um,
copy. Can you hang on just a moment? Let me get a copy. Because it shouldn't have been 181. So let me double check.
okay, Your Honor. Um,
Do you have where are you with the license?
Your Honor, I do have an international license.
Okay.
Yes. And so far we are here just 2.5 months in the US.
Okay. Do we have a copy of that? Okay, we're printing. I'm going to take a good look at it with you. It sounds like there is some confusion. And also, I mean, I can take the international license. What you gave the court was an ID. So I had concerns with an accident and an ID. So I want to make sure that we get a copy of your license. Oh, I see. I think that what happened is they just on the letter, they forgot to change the number and probably grabbed the case before yours. The controlling document is the deferred. So yeah, the bond is actually 269. Are you able to pay that by November 30th?
Your Honor, that if we could appeal
A little
to-
closer to the mic. I can't hear you.
Sorry, Your Honor. We are appealing if we could lower the bond, if that's
We can't
possible.
hear you. I'm sorry. I'm just not hearing you.
Hello.
Yeah, it's not that it's not it's picking you up, but it's cutting in and out. You might need to just speak a lot more loudly.
Okay, Your Honor. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. So what on the amount, can we appeal to be lower it down since we are just here in the US? We are just new. We just arrived here 2.5 months ago.
Right, but I mean, so with a deferred, we have to figure out payment. So I'm hearing you say you're not going to be able to pay it.
Yes, Your Honor.
When can you pay it? Can you pay half of it?
Yes, Your Honor. We can pay half of it.
When can you pay half of it?
On or before November 30, Your Honor.
Sorry.
On or before November 30, Your Honor.
Okay. So that's 134, 135. And then a month later, can we do the other half?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
How long also will the requirement to have my driver license here?
Right. Let's do one thing at a time. I need to make a
Okay.
change on the order. Trying to get my calendar pulled up. Can I get 30 days actual out from November 30th? Okay. So yeah, that would be December 29th. Can you do that with the other half?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And then as far as getting the license, I'm just going to make a note that I'll accept your international license. Okay,
Okay, Your Honor.
do you agree?
I agree.
Okay, if I email this to you, can you sign it today and send it back?
Yes, Your Honor.
Otherwise, you can come by the court and get a copy. What do you prefer?
By email, Your Honor.
Okay, but I do need it today, okay?
Okay.
Okay, we'll email it to the email that we used to set up the meeting today. Will that email still work well for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, great. We got it ironed out then. If you follow that order, you'll gain a dismissal. It won't be reported as a record to a conviction to DPS, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
Do
Thank
you
you so
have
much.
Yes, sir, and welcome to the country. Do you have any questions before you go?
As of now, no, Your Honor. I'm good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Matson, I know that y'all were talking about the Ortega case. Let me just grab that one.
Before you do, Your Honor,
Yeah.
the Ortega case should actually be resolved. I think the deferral is in your tray for signature.
Well, it is, but there was another case.
Yes, we did talk about the Zavrazini case.
Let's see. So I'm just looking at this deferral. The speeding is in a deferral,
Yes, Your Honor.
and I'll sign that today. What's happening with the no insurance case?
I sent a dismissal over on that one last week.
Okay. Do you know who you sent it to?
I can double check. I think I sent it to Zena and Aaron.
I'll definitely sign it. I just still show it as pending.
I sent it to Aaron and Tracy.
Okay, we'll find it and we'll email it over to the attorney. And sorry about the confusion. I've signed the deferral order and we'll send that over. And just the bond is due December 7th and a 3A certified driving record January 5th. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll send that out to you. Any questions before you go?
Your
I
Honor,
have
we
one
still
more
have the
case.
Zavrazini case.
Sorry. Oh, they're on Zavrazini? Okay. Okay, here we are. Before we move to that, any questions on the Ortega case?
None
No,
from the
Your
state,
Honor.
Your Honor.
Not
Okay.
for me either, Your Honor.
Okay, great. On Zavrazini, where are we?
Miss Edwards is going to take an offer back to her client. So if we could just get a reconvening date.
Okay. I'll allow that to happen on Zoom. I think with the Takach group, that's probably the best option right now if we're working toward an agreement. November 21st, is that too soon?
No, Your Honor. We should be able to figure it out by then.
Okay, great. Then I will set y'all for that date and we'll send it to the email where we sent this meeting.
Okay. Anything else you need from me?
No, ma'am, you're good to withdraw.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, I did get that dismissal, which I'm signing on Ortega. Okay, great. That takes care of both. So good deal. Mr. Matson, you're moving forward with Tanya Sabuski. And ma'am, if you can unmute, we can make sure your audio is working. That would be great.
Hi.
Hi. So I'll move you over to that meeting. And as you may have seen, we'll actually move back over at the end of the conversation here.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. Everyone else is actually waiting on the prosecutor. So we're just going to hold tight. Is anyone here with Elisa Condarco? Didn't think so, but I just thought I would check. Look at her number. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm gonna try calling. So,
Please leave your message for Elisa Condarco.
Hi, Miss Condarco. This is Judge Person from the Municipal Court in Temple. We have your cases set for an online hearing today. That's actually a hearing where we could do it over the telephone. We did give you the number. I'm not sure what happened, why you're not here. I do want to tell you that if you will fill out the proper forms, I might be able to order community service. And if you cannot do the community service, I would need a doctor's note telling me that you are excused from community service. Could you please contact the court at 254-298-5687? Thank you. We don't have an up-to-date financial affidavit from her, do we? Yeah, that's. Okay, well, she may be technologically very challenged. I've encountered her. So we can send it by a letter, and that's where we'll send the warrant notice too. So that's not great. Tiffany Ellison's in late. I'll let her in.
Can you hear me, Judge?
I can now, Miss Ellison. Are you in the hospital?
Yes, ma'am. I'm preparing for surgery. They're
Okay.
gonna come get me in a minute. I did.
How
I,
long? Listen for a moment. How long will you be at the hospital, do you think?
um, I'm not sure. A couple, maybe a week or so. I've been here 3 days.
Okay. Okay. We're going to reschedule your case.
Okay.
Probably give it about 3 weeks, and we'll send it to the email that we sent this link to. Will that work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you go ahead and hang up. We'll take care of it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Hang on just a moment. Okay. Thank you. Okay. On Sabuski, where are we with Miss Sabuski and the state?
Your Honor, we have reached an agreement on terms of deferral.
Okay.
Those terms are going to be a 120-day period with a 6-hour course by day 60.
Okay.
And Ms. Zabisky, did you need longer than 30 days to make payment?
Ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on one second. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
So it's a deferral for 120 days with
Mhm.
a 6-hour course due in 60 days.
Mhm.
And the question that he asked you was, do you need more than 30 days to make payment?
No.
Okay. So we will email that order over to you.
Mhm.
Can we use the email that we used to set up the meeting today?
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll get it back from you today.
Yes.
Okay. All right, then I will follow that request.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Mr. Matson, I'm moving you forward with Keisha Macy. I'm sorry, Mace. Macy or Mace? I apologize.
Mays.
Thank you. Ms. Mays, I'll move you over to that meeting with the prosecutor.
Can I get a cause number on that, Your Honor?
Yes. TPD 234-8651-3052. MASE.
The failed to yield at stop intersection, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. on a Quentin car there. Did they submit their placard?
We did, Judge. I'm here. I heard you. They took let me get my camera on.
Yeah, actually, I'll let the prosecutor take a look at that with you. I thought you weren't here. And
Oh no, yes, ma'am.
I didn't want to count you. I didn't want to count you not here if you had
Right.
turned that in because there's a pretty strong chance that he might dismiss that. So I was going to ask
Right.
about it anyway. Okay, no, you'll
Yeah.
talk to him shortly.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Huh? Just on the screen. You don't need to print it. Thank you. Because that's whose it belongs to. It's probably his wife. Yeah. If you look at the placard, there's initials on them. They just handwrite them on there. It's kind of a non-science, but anyway, they put the initials. And then probably the car is his name. But it was for her that they were parked. That would be my guess. And they just forgot to put it up. Happens a lot. Lights are a better option. I don't know why some people, well, I guess if they have more than one car, you don't want to pay for, every car when every car isn't being used that way. Oh, excuse me. Okay, where are we on this matter?
Your Honor, we have reached an agreement on terms of deferral.
Okay,
It's going to be a 120-day period with a 6-hour course by day 60. And then payment of the fine. Miss Mace, did you need longer than 30 days to make payment?
Yes.
In that case,
can we do half of it in 30 days? That would be 135.
I
I'm so
have no objection to
sorry.
that, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I didn't hear you.
Yes.
Okay. And then 30 days later, can we do the final payment?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, the defer will run from today until March 13th. There is a 6-hour class due January 15th. There is a payment of half due December 14th. There is a payment of the other half due also on the 15th of January with the class same day. By March 13th, provided you don't have any more citations or warrants or violations, and you've kept your address current with the court, then the case would be dismissed. I can email this to you, and can you print it and sign it and email it back?
I was going to come to the office.
Okay, that'll work very well as well. What time today will work for you?
I can come at 1.
That will work very well. We'll have everything at the front desk for you. It should not take you very long, 5 minutes maybe once you get here. They can also give you information if you need to pay online or by phone. So you can get that information while you're here if you need it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, then you're good to go. Thank you. And then next, moving forward, Devon Walker is here. And
Yes, I'm here.
yes, can you get on video? Thank you. You're not driving, are you?
Nope, I'm about to pull over right now. I was parked for a while, but I had to fix
Okay, I'm gonna stop video. We'll take you in a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and move to Quentin Carter and we'll come back to you. We don't allow driving on screen. Mr. Carter, can you get on video?
Yes.
I'll move you over to that meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, on the Carter case, where are we?
Your Honor, based on the facts of this case, I'm going to move to dismiss.
Okay, is that a prosecutor dismissal?
It is. I can send that over to you this morning if you'd like.
Um, just to clarify, or is it a prosecutor dismissal or a compliance dismissal?
A prosecutor dismissal.
Okay. All right. We can do that here in the court, I think. Yes. Okay. So I will send it to you, Mr. Carter, and I'll sign that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And can we email it to the email that we have on file?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. All right, you're good to go.
All right. Yes, ma'am. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And Devin Walker, I think, are you in a safe place now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's get you on video and then I'll move you over to that meeting.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Shoot. Okay, where are we on the Devon Walker case?
Your Honor, we have reached agreement on terms of deferral.
Okay,
It's going to be a 120-day deferral period with a 6-hour course by day 60. And the fine is going to be broken up into 3 installments of $93 at the end of each increment of 30 days.
okay. Does that stay? Yeah, 93, 93, and 93, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I have no problem with the request. Let me get those dates for you. And of course, we'll put this into an order. The deferral will run from today until March 13th, with a 6-hour course due January 15th. And then a $93 payment on December 14th, January 15th, and February 12th. I scheduled those on dates when I'm in court, just in case there are issues. Anyone have any objection to that proposal order?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Walker?
No issues.
Okay. Can I prepare it and email it to the email that we have on file?
Yes. I can actually come in to pick up the paperwork if that's
Okay.
easier.
Yeah, it is easier. What time today would work for you?
Does 3 o'clock-ish work, or does it have to be earlier?
3's fine. We'll look
Okay.
for you around 3, and we'll have everything at the front desk for you, and you can get a copy that way as well.
All right.
Okay, you're good to go.
All right. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Quick question. Do you have anything on the Zoe Hernandez case? She's a no-show.
In terms of what her charge was?
No, I know what it is. It's parking facing traffic. I don't know if that was something you looked at and decided on.
I was going to offer her a short deferral,
Mhm.
but she didn't show up. So
Okay, we'll summon her to court.
okay.
And then the other